Coming up on Point News, moving forward by breaking ground, the high hopes local and state officials have for the empty lot in the city.
Petitions, flyers, students protesting. The university announcement that has students asking for an explanation.
Growing a forest in the middle of the city, we'll have a closer look at the new addition of Market Square. Point News starts now.
Live from the Point Park University Broadcast Center in downtown Pittsburgh, this is Point News.
Good afternoon, I'm Kyle Anthony.
And I'm Caroline Collins. The process has officially begun to reconnect the Hill District with downtown Pittsburgh.
On Monday, the city hosted a ceremony to mark the groundbreaking of the Lower Hill District
Here in
redevelopment.
the shadow of the
Point
old
News reporter Tyler Jeske was there.
Here in the shadow of the old headquarters, U.S. Steel broke ground today on their new headquarters here on the former Civic Arena site, catalyzing the Lower Hill redevelopment.
2, 3.
The first phase is now underway, turning what is now a parking lot into 5 streets connecting Bedford Avenue to Center Avenue and the new headquarters of U.S. Steel.
This is a transformational project that's taking place in a really good area, and it's really important to the heart, soul, and life of Pittsburgh.
The transformation is expected to look like this. The land is owned by the Sports and Exhibition Authority and the Urban Redevelopment Authority, but the Pittsburgh Penguins have the exclusive rights to develop it.
Businesses were displaced in the name of urban renewal that didn't work out the way a lot of folks wanted it to.
In the 1950s, the Lower Hill District saw the demolition of more than 1,300 buildings, which displaced about 8,000 people and 400 businesses. But supporters say this project will help build the community back up.
We stand here today doing so much more than building buildings, or as they did 50 years ago, tearing down buildings. Today we stand here and we build community. And we do it in a way that every other city wishes they had the opportunity to do.
The goal of the urban redevelopment is to build a vibrant mixed community that will reconnect the Hill District with downtown. Construction is set to begin April 1st, with the U.S. Steel building expected to be completed by 2017. Reporting for Point News, I'm Tyler Jeske.
Point Park Student Solidarity Organization is responding to the university's tuition hike for next year in the form of a campus protest. Point News reporter Hillary Maglin has the story from Village Park.
With Point Park University's sky-high tuition set to increase by thousands of dollars by next fall, some returning students are taking action in hopes of having their voices heard by the school's administration. Point Park Student Solidarity Organization held a protest on campus last Saturday as an attempt to stop the steep tuition increases that students will see in the fall 2015 semester.
Right now we're protesting about the 3.9 to 4.9% tuition increase on Point Park's campus, and we're asking that, first of all, they don't raise our tuition, and second of all, that they tell us where our tuition dollars are going, because we spend tens of thousands of dollars here every year, and there is no tuition transparency.
The Student Solidarity Organization's goals include allowing every Point Park student's voice to be heard and to fight for tuition dollars to go towards things that they say matter, such as higher pay for adjunct professors, rather than buying more property downtown. Additionally, the SSO hopes to build a dialogue with the school administration and has more plans in the works to ensure that happens.
We have a petition going right now, and we've got some other things in the works. Obviously, campaigns like this take longer than a few weeks or a semester. So right now we're pretty much just laying the framework and getting the preliminary discussion going.
Non-SSO students passing by the protest, like junior Phil Papour, gave their opinions on the tuition increase as well.
Personally, I do support the protest because I think the 4% tuition hike for non-COPA students is a lot, and the 5% for COPA students is a lot, because I know that money is not going to the Playhouse. That's what I originally thought, at least for COPA students, that their tuition raise would go to the building of the Playhouse, and it isn't.
Reporting for Point News, I'm Hillary Maglin.
Last week, Point News spoke to President Hittigan about the tuition hikes. He said they're necessary to keep up with costs such as financial aid, technology, and new university programs.
Point Park hosted high school students from all over Allegheny County to share tips on the communications field. Allegheny Intermediate Union Day was held last Friday. The event welcomed high school students from all over Allegheny County to learn about communications from professors and students at the university. The high school students were placed into groups and their mission for the day was to write, shoot, and edit public service announcements for the Make-A-Wish Foundation with the help of mentors from Point Park.
They produced beautiful spots, as anyone can see, and they did it under deadline pressure. They came in at 8:30, and the spots were done by 11. So they did the filming, they did the graphics, they did the acting out, and they did, the writing and everything. First-class effort all the way around. And we had our wonderful seniors and graduate students helping us with the coaching of the students and the mentoring of the students, which is a great chunk of experience for our juniors and seniors.
Point Park's next AIU event will take place at the WQED studios next month.
It's not every day that students get lectured on social media by a world-renowned expert and a former professional athlete. That was the case on campus this week. Point News reporter Zach Aaron has more.
Sri Srinivasan, Chief Digital Officer of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, visited campus for a presentation and panel session featuring local social media experts. Director of the Point Park News Service, Andrew Conti, said he felt the event was needed because of how prevalent social media is.
We felt like everyone is talking about social media, but a lot of people still don't really know how well it works, what works best, how to make it work for themselves. And so we wanted to have an event where we brought in Sri Srinivasan from New York to talk about his best tips, but also to bring in these experts from Pittsburgh to talk about the things that they do right here in Pittsburgh.
These local experts included employees from Trib Total Media, Black and Gold Girls, 90.5 WESA, the Warhol Museum, Pittsburgh Ballet Theater, Smith Brothers, and even former Pittsburgh Steeler Charlie Batch. Srinivasan encouraged attendees to take pictures during the presentation. To make a point, Srinivasan even played his presentation through his phone. Sri said it was an honor to speak at the school.
The honor to be here at a university in Pittsburgh, getting to talk about social and digital stuff I love, and a wonderful audience. People sat through for 2 hours.
Students also took a lot away from the presentation.
Definitely to just treat my online brand as I would my real life brand. It's a complete mirror of what I'm already doing. So I think it's really important to just treat it like that.
Srinivasan had the same type of overall message for the students to just use common sense.
And the main sentence was, what's common sense in real life is common sense in social media.
Reporting for Point News, I'm Zach Aaron.
Construction season is here, and the work on the Fort Pitt tunnels and Parkway West means double trouble for drivers. For now, the ceilings in both sides of the Fort Pitt tunnels have been removed. Also, I-376 in both directions are also under construction. The narrow lanes have been an issue for some drivers.
Whenever I drive down those narrow lanes, I do kind of feel claustrophobic, and I'm more or less afraid that somebody else is going to hit me just because the lanes are like literally this close together and there's no room in between any of us.
Construction on the Parkway West is scheduled to end during the summer of 2016. The Fort Pitt Tunnels project should wrap up next spring. Coming up on Point News, finding a better way to communicate with the community. A local police department that's now turning to social media.
March Madness hits Pittsburgh, the big matchups that brought thousands of people to the city.
We are a social people. We share our inspiration, wisdom, creations, and memories. We share what makes us laugh and what angers us. Built on the notion of a free flow of ideas, our country thrives on the freedom of speech. Without it, who would watch over our governing powers? And how would we share our history to make a difference for the future? It's this freedom to share that gives us a reason to listen.
Start your morning with City News.
Start your morning with campus news.
Start your morning with political coverage.
Start your morning with fun.
Start your morning with us, only on Daybreak.
Did you know that Point Park has a cheerleading squad?
Don't stop. Don't get it confused.
Not only do our cheerleaders represent Point Park at regional and national competitions, but they also promote spirit and awareness of every sports team on campus. Come to any men's or women's varsity basketball game at home to watch the cheerleaders perform at halftime and cheer from the sidelines from the first jump ball to the final buzzer. Sports not your thing? You can catch the cheer team lead the crowd at the fall and spring pep rallies as well, or at several competitions around Pittsburgh each year. So what are you waiting for? Show the Point Park cheerleaders the support they show you. We know you're wondering what the A-list celebrities are up to.
Well, here at Entertainment on Point, we're wondering too.
Have you heard about James Franco and Seth Rogen's new movie?
No, but have you heard Beyonce's new single? Did you see what she was wearing on that red carpet?
Honey, that was not cute.
Did you see what happened on Scandal this week? No, I was too busy keeping up with the Kardashians. No matter what your guilty pleasure is, we've got you covered.
Entertainment on Point. Get to the point of pop culture.
Yeah!
All around the city, police departments are joining the social media trend.
Within the past week, the Bridgeville Police Department was the latest to jump on board. Reporter Quinn Lima has the story.
I'm standing outside Bridgeville's Police Department, where last week they launched their new Facebook page. In only a week after its launch, Bridgeville has embraced its new Facebook page with over 300 likes and 1,600 views.
We just now have a different means of a way to communicate with the residents of the borough, whereas in the past we would rely on news media outlets. As the page grows with more followers, more likes, we will now have the ability to instantaneously put out information that can be viewed by thousands and even shared by those same people.
On their page, you can find the latest criminal notifications in an effort to reduce and prevent crime. This includes everything from burglaries to missing dogs. They also have the latest road closures, weather conditions, and information on general safety. You can also find information on upcoming community events.
I think is a wonderful idea because, first of all, there are so many people who are connected to social media now, and it's a really easier way for the Bridgeville Police Department to get in contact with people of their community.
As more bureaus jump on the social media wagon, we can expect a greater connection with the communities around them. This is Quinn Lima reporting for Point News.
Well, the calendar says it's spring, but the forecast has another idea. Your weekend outlook coming up.
Weeping Willows, Bamboo, all in Market Square. We'll have an up-close look at the newest art exhibit just blocks away from campus.
Here at the Pioneer Sideline, we get freshmen involved as quickly as possible so they get the real-world experience on air and behind the scenes to set themselves apart in internships and potential jobs. Blaine, where is that video? I needed it in KeyPro like yesterday.
All right, I got you, Chris. But I had a quick question for you guys.
What do you mean the questions? It's always a question. It's always a... What? Where is he? Blaine! 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 Freshman, you can't find any good ones anymore.
Do you know all the things you can do with your student ID? Along with getting discounts to some of the restaurants around campus. Showing your Point Park ID can net you deals on tickets at theaters in the Cultural District. To check out all the current options, just search Student Discounts on the Point Park University homepage.
An expression, a belief, a symbol, freedom to worship, an unspoken word. To express yourself means standing up for what you believe in. There's a freedom to worship and a freedom to live. To speak never saying a word, to love, to let your voice be heard. The light of your own path. For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.
Some interesting art in the middle of Market Square is bringing visitors from all around. Artist Jennifer Wenma has created what she calls a winter landscape, cradling bits of sparkle. The exhibit includes a small forest with weeping willows, evergreens, and painted bamboo. In the next few weeks, flowers will bloom on the trees. That is so cool. I'll have to go see that. The exhibit runs through April 12th. And blooming flowers is certainly a sign of spring.
Well, we're all hoping that snowy streets and bitter cold temperatures are a thing of the past. Point News reporter Maggie McCully hits the streets to find out what Pittsburghers are doing to take advantage of the new season.
Sunny skies and higher temperatures are bringing people out and about here in downtown Pittsburgh to participate in some warm weather spring activities. Athletes are excited that they are finally able to take their training plans outdoors. That was the case for Rachel and Sarah, who love being active and were happy to take their usual routine outside.
Once the weather starts getting nice, it's hard to stay inside and not go for a run. So since it was nice today, we figured we'd take advantage of it.
I love to ride bikes, go for a nice bike ride when it's nice out. I've done that my whole life, so I really try to take advantage of that.
Running is probably my number one thing that I like to do, but I have a group of friends from home that sometimes we get together to play like soccer or frisbee outside.
Pet owners can now easily take their furry friends on walks because the snow and ice is no longer covering the sidewalk.
I think they were getting cabin fever because they don't really like going out in the snow, so these past couple days we've been going on like our first walks.
The future Mr. and Mrs. Williams planned their engagement photo session picnic to take place at the Point. With their wedding approaching in just 5 weeks, they're looking forward to spending the upcoming spring weather together doing the things that they love as a couple.
I mean, coming to the Point's a good time and just kind of sitting out and watching the boats that come up and just watching everybody just be outside. It's just a great time in Pittsburgh. It's gorgeous.
People of all ages are heading outdoors to pick up the activities they enjoy, such as biking, running, playing frisbee, and so much more. Reporting for Point News, I'm Maggie McCauley.
I wouldn't mind doing a few of those things outdoors myself.
That's if the rain can stay away. Olivia Fisher is here with the Weekend Outlook. Olivia?
Thanks, Kyle. This morning, we have been experiencing some weather in the 37-degree range. What started with light and scattered showers has picked up substantially. Right now, we're feeling a temperature of about 45 degrees out, but as we move into the evening, we will see temperatures near 50, a projected 48 degrees for this evening. Now, as we move into the weekend outlook, it does look as though it is going to stay wet. For Friday, there's a high of 45 and a low of 25 with a chance of rain. Now, that precipitation condition is going to move into Saturday, but the temperatures are going to drop. A high of 36 and a low of 31. Now, as we move into Sunday, though, the temperatures do heat up and it does look as though it's going to dry out. A high of 50 and a low of 37. So get out there and enjoy the bit of sunshine that may be coming through on Sunday. So those shy spring temperatures do seem to be coming around. Get out there and enjoy a walk to the Point State Park, or even just get out and sit with some friends. Now it's time for Sierra at the desk to update us on some March Madness.
Thanks, Olivia. I'm sure glad to hear some warmer temperatures are coming our way. But March Madness is in full swing, and this year, the city of Pittsburgh played a part in the action. Last Tuesday, the Consol Energy Center was a host venue for the second and third rounds of the men's NCAA tournament. Notable teams that played in Pittsburgh region were Notre Dame, Villanova, and North Carolina State University. The big winners out of the Pittsburgh region were Notre Dame and North Carolina State, who advanced to the Sweet 16. 2 Point Park athletes were named KIAC's Outdoor Track Athletes of the Week. The team competed in the Cal U Early Bird Meet on Saturday. Freshman Katie Guarnaccia took first place in the 5K race. Another freshman, Alexander Vaughn, placed fourth in the 400-meter race. Vaughn also competed in 2 other events. This was the first outdoor track meet Point Park has ever competed in. A pair of Point Park baseball players also picked up KIAC awards this week. Senior pitcher Nate Spahn earned the Pitcher of the Week award, and junior center fielder Demetrius Moorer was named Player of the Week for the second time. The players earned these honors after a win over PSU Greater Allegheny in a 4-game sweep at Asbury, Kentucky. Point Park is currently 4-0 in the KIAC.
So, Olivia, what do you think of this weekend? Give us another update.
So it is going to stay wet for the beginning of the weekend, although it does look like it's going to dry up. So Sunday it's going to get a little warm and be 50 degrees, and hopefully the sun peeks through.
So, Sierra, you're doing sports. Who you got this weekend? How's your bracket?
Yes, big weekend, March Madness.
My bracket is actually busted. I have Arizona in winning the whole thing, which they're still in it, so I have a very small chance of doing anything with the rest of my bracket. But other than that, pretty much busted.
Yeah, I mean, my bracket's done. I believed in Olivia State, and Iowa State got me into some trouble.
Right, well, that does it for this week's Point News. Be sure to join us next Thursday live at 2 p.m.
Have a great weekend, guys.